Hey watch friends, a couple watches just arrived in for review. We've got today the Direnzo DRZ04 Mondial as well as a Wicked Watch Pearl Diver. And I thought it's been a while since we've done unboxing together, so I figured let's go ahead and get the camera out and enjoy this experience together. Alright, so first we're going to check out the Mondial. This is the version 2. So we've looked at this previously on the channel, and I actually have a couple of these in the collection myself. However, this version 2 brings some updated colors, and additionally, there is a slight change to it that we'll talk about as we get into this. And of course, I'll have a follow-up video coming for this as well. We'll look at it compared to the other Mondials that I have around. So let's go ahead and get all this out of the way. And I should mention, both of these watches were sent in by the respective manufacturers. So they are sent in as review samples. These are just loaners that are coming into the channel. And this one, packaging, wasn't packaged by the company directly. It was coming secondhand to me, so just be aware of that as we open this up. All right, but as far as the exterior, we've got the nice box. I've always been impressed with Direnzo boxes. I think they're a nice, clean finish, and it's hard to pick up completely. But it's a soft material, nice, attractive, nice embossing there with their logo and gold coloration. And you can see just plain otherwise. And this one has a flap. A lot of times I believe they have a sleeve on it, which probably would for the production version. Got a magnetic closure on that. Pop that open. And then we now have, which should be familiar at this point, if you've seen the other Direnzo videos, then you should know this pouch, which I really like the pouch a lot. It's like a canvas material we'll look at. And then it has booklet inside here, just gives you the basic info, pin, that kind of good stuff. So let's go ahead and set that aside and get to what we're really here to see today. All right, so first, opening this up, you can see again, got a nice canvas pouch. Open that up. This is the red accented color one. Very attractive there. I like the look of that. Down in here, looks like we've got some spring bars. We've got our warranty card. And then here, I'm going to go ahead and get to this as a spoiler because we haven't seen these yet. This is one of the changes for the version 2. While this was applicable to the version 1, or I should say works for the version 1, one of the things that they did for the version 2, because they came out with these really nice looking rubber straps here, and let's go ahead and pop those apart. So here it is, you can see the black one, and we'll hold this up on camera as well, but this is the exterior texture there. You can see a very cool pattern, and you can see up at the top, if you recall, this is an integrated spring bar watch, so this is a custom made for it, and then obviously the reciprocal with the white. But one of the things that they did, and let's go ahead and actually just get this popped open. Oh, look at that red. Oh man, that is gorgeous. So this, as you can see, obviously new colorways, as I alluded to. This one is that red coloration, and I can't wait to get this outdoor footage and get some better lighting and angles going here. But check that out. That thing is sick looking. Really like that. And then look at these pairings together. So what they're actually going to do on the version 2, it doesn't look like it's made it onto this prototype. So this is, again, is not a production model, but there will be drilled lug holes on the side of the version 2. So that's going to be the main change beyond the color options that are different. There's going to be the drilled lugs, and that's to facilitate easier change if you want to go ahead and pop one of these bad boys on there. So checking that out though, it looks like, yeah, okay, I was going to say this might be reversible, but it looks like that actually has a slight curve to it, so unfortunately you can't. It'd be cool if you could do the reversible for it, but it's nice so that they did the contour for the lugs, but you can see you've got the Direnzo badging through there, and this is kind of a neat texture on the inside as well. So there it is, though, getting a look at that. And then here it is with the black, just to give you an idea what that looks like, and we'll, of course, play around with it in the full review as well. Let's pop this on wrist. Man, that looks sick. And I like the choice of the red pairing. Could just be a coincidence there, but that's sweet though that they picked the red pouch. I've got a red one and a blue one before, so it was nice choice there. But man, the vibrancy of this, I hope the camera is picking it up decently in just the studio lighting. But again, we'll have better footage in the full review. But this, the vibrancy, it's a very deep color. It's like a cherry color here, and then of course it does have the bowl shape and construction. That's a one piece, which is really awesome there, and that does have that gradient or fume, so it gets darker as it goes throughout. So you can see on the outside it almost fades to a black, but it's like a deep, not really burgundy, but it's in kind of the family of burgundy, but still keeping that red undertone to that. But then on the inside, or the interior, look at that, got that very vibrant red coloration. There's some other ones that are coming out. There's a Tiffany blue that's very attractive, and that's been a popular color. There's a purple, which I'm a sucker for that. I saw Jody has one he already released of that. So if you want to check that out, certainly I'm sure you're familiar with Jody and Just One More Watch. But that color looks gorgeous. I'm a sucker for red myself, or for purple rather myself. But this red is really, really pretty too. So that's cool. All right. So again, here it is for wrist shot, and I don't want to spend too much time on this because we've already reviewed this, and I'll have another one coming up anyways, but at least wanted to give a first look for that. So let's go ahead and get this safely packed back in there and put to the side, and then switch over and look at an all new one for coming from Wicked Watch. So I have not yet seen or experienced this Wicked Watch Pearl Diver, so this will be fully new for both of us if I can figure out where the flap is to open this box up. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and cut this open. This Wicked Watch, this Pearl Diver, it's a pretty sweet option. This came out on Kickstarter a while back. Obviously, was fully and successfully funded for it, and they ran into some production delays for which I think pretty much anyone who's in the watch game right now can relate to. Of that has been the case for I think just about every company that's out there with the state of things. Man, they really got this one packed in there. But once we get inside here, from speaking with the brand, I'm confident that the hard work paid off, and they seem to be doing things right as far as with the supplier items, not only with just the communication to people along the way, but additionally with just some of their proactivity and just trying to make sure things were done right and to their specifications and all those kind of aspects. So that's really refreshing to hear. Got some neat, I don't know what the heck this is, like honeycomb bubble wrap or something. Seems like it's environmentally friendly. It's like a paper deal for placement, which is nice to see, not having plastic there. All right, bear with me. I'm going to take this off camera for a second so I can move that. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we've got inside of this. Got a nice little tag there. You can see right off of that. Got plastic packing. And this one, I'm not sure if this is a production version or a prototype. I believe this is production for this. Oh, a nice little note with that the QR, all those pieces. I like every time when they have the name and just make it personalized for that. So that's pretty slick there. Let's check this out. Okay, so we have, this is, in case you can't tell, this is like some kind of cloth material for it. So it's not, reminds me of like a linen bag for it. So this is not like a plasticky material or the typical bubble mailer veil there. All right, so let's look at this. So this is a very nice looking, this is a real heavily distressed. I assume this is probably a real leather, though I'm not certain of that. But it's a nice look to that, and you can see obviously they're deep embossing into that. Already comes with kind of a distress look to that. On the back, you've got Wicked Watch Switzerland, and that's one of the claims of fame with this. They do actually make sure with the Swiss aspects of things, so they actually have the production facilities, do everything very carefully and closely with that. And one of the biggest things with this one is that they actually have LumaCast is what they use for their super loom, and that's something that I know they very carefully control and police, and that's, from what I've seen, is supposed to be one of the claims of fame with this one. Oh man, this is sweet. Check this out. So you pull this, I've never seen anything like that before. So you pull on the side of this for your warranty card, and it actually pops out over on this side with the card itself, and you push on just the one side. I'm gonna end up fidgeting with this thing forever. This is the first time I'll probably end up actually playing around a lot with the packaging. But let's see what we've got on the warranty card. Slide that out. Oh, this thing's slick. And that is, it's a metal construction there. That's heavy duty, as you can see. Very rigid for that. We've got international warranty. We've got the number on that. That is really, really nice. I've seen a lot of other metal cards before, but this is cool. It doesn't have some of the milling through or skeletonization that we've seen on some that I do like, but this actually has a really classy look to it, like the feel. But the biggest thing is this thing here, novelty or not, that's pretty darn cool. And then, of course, obviously, your warranty info here. Let's see, products under warranty for 3 years, so that's excellent. That's on the higher side of any that I've seen. So let's set that aside. Don't want to spend too much time playing with the packaging, but they make this one pretty fun. Okay, so we've got branding on this. Let's unscrew this, see what we've got, what kind of tool here. Okay, so we've got spring bar tool on this side. And then it feels like this is double-sided. This is a nice little travel piece here. Okay, and then on this side, you can see, get a little pin pusher to go through for your spring bars, whether you got drilled lugs or manipulating your clasp as well, those kind of things. And then you've got Wicked Watch microfiber there. There's nothing else down in that pouch. Okay, so we've got, this is like a chocolatey color where it looks like a NATO strap, a NATO style strap at least. And you've got, I'm not sure offhand, that looks like that's probably actually real bronze, because that looks like that's starting to patina up, which that's a really nice touch. This is a nice quality strap, and it's feeling it, you know, it's very supple, flexible out of the box, so that's slick there. But man, the fact that they've got what appears to be, at least, this doesn't look like it's IP coated. That appears to be legitimate bronze on this. That's impressive for just having an extra NATO that's included there. And we'll set that aside because we'll see it on the watch itself. I'm not sure which colorway we have going here yet. So let's go ahead and look at that. And let's see what we've got here. Okay, so I've got a little gasket. I'm not sure what that one's for yet. And then here we go. So we've got another, again, Wicked Watch. This looks like it's probably brass, I'm guessing, based on the coloration and the feel. Okay, so that looks like, oh, I got extra spring bars. I'm glad I dumped that out in my hand. So they include extra spring bars in there and a little holder for that, which this is a really cool holder. That's something that'll be handy to have around. I'm sure, like me, many of you have various spring bars floating around there, keeping them in little plastic containers or bags or what have you. This is certainly a lot classier there. Now let's put that O-ring back in. Next up, we've got another different strap. So we've got a rubber strap here. And let's go ahead and pull that open. And again, this looks like that is real bronze hardware there, so that's really cool. And then you can see these are contoured and they're fitted. So that's a nice rubber strap option. Not the most pliable. They're definitely on the thick side, as you can see there. So they are relief cut in the middle, but they are on the thick side out on the perimeter. And you can tell it feels like it, but they seem to contour well around the wrist. It's one of those ones where it does want to bounce back a little bit because it is a little thicker, but I'm sure that will wear in and contour well to it. But with the curvature, it is, I would say, nice and supple. I'm not certain how I feel about the relief cuts at first impression, but obviously I'll have to get this on wrist to get a real feel, and we'll of course have the full review coming, so stay tuned for that. All right, so now here we go. We've got the actual watch, and it comes with yet another strap that we have on here for this one. And again, with being bronze, it doesn't come with a bracelet option, which is typical there. Again, we have bronze hardware, so they've probably got about $400 in bronze hardware here alone, which is crazy given the price point of these, because they're actually very reasonably priced in around like the $350 to $500 typically territory from what I've seen. Okay, so we've got, this looks like it's a leather strap here. And then let's go ahead and peel this off and see what we've got. Oh man, that's pretty slick. So check this out. It looks like we have a natural meteorite that's going on for this one as far as the finishing, which that looks cool in that bronze packaging, as you can see there. But let's check out, try to get a look at all those striations. Very beautiful going through there. A nice mix here. You've got kind of a completely different texture here versus here versus here. And that's one of the things that's so fun anytime you're talking meteorite. But then here's looking at the case profile for that. You can see on the side drilled lugs, so that's where that tool would come in handy, and to be able to do strap changes there. Got that obviously on both sides. That looks like that's going to be a loomed crown as well. Got a loom bezel. I mean, geez, you can see, at least I can see in person this picking up, and I'm in a fairly well lit room, but I can see that loom already picking up from the sunlight that's glinting through the window here. So I'm going to be very excited to see if this lives up to the hype when we get this on the full review for the actual loom footage. But then there's the case back. Go and look at that. Got a dragon going. I like that. Definitely a big Game of Thrones fan. So in medieval times in general, I'm cool with dragons. All right, so let's listen to that bezel. Nice tactile click. It's not a particularly what I would call a firm one, but it's definitely not light or loose either. It seems to have good play, good manipulation, nice tactile feel. Very, very easy to turn. I'm getting good grip, so I have good traction. But the biggest thing, this feels like dialing as safe. That's definitely one of the more precise bezels that I've ever felt. And then check out the curvature on this bezel insert. That's one of the things that's really slick with this. That's something you don't see very commonly at all. I can't actually recall having one in here with that. So that kind of like domes and humps up to encase around or to encapsulate the dial. And then check out, that looks like that's probably going to be a single dome from what I'm seeing, getting a lot of distortion going there. That's really slick. But there's that dial. And man, let's get that in little sunlight. Look at that thing. This is trying to glow like a torch, despite the fact that it is pretty bright in here in the studio setup. All right, so let's set this on wrist, get an idea what that looks like. Nice sizing for this. I didn't mention the specs on the Mondial, but that one's a 40 inch, or 40 millimeter rather. 40 inch would be pretty huge. This is a 40 millimeter here as well, and you can see has very reasonable, my 6.5 inch wrist, reasonable lug-to-lug presence, all those kind of things. So this seems like it's going to be nice to wear. Overall thickness, it's definitely not one of the skinniest in the world, but it definitely does not seem like it's overly thick by any means. And of course, we'll get this on calipers. I believe stated spec is around 13 millimeters for that, so not too bad at all for the style. But there we go. So this has been a first look for it. Here it is with a quick glance with the NATO. You can see coloration similar for that. And you got the rubber strap. Hold that up to it as well. But this has just been a quick first look. Obviously wanted to experience this with you all. So I hope you've enjoyed these two. Do definitely stay tuned for the full reviews. And if you like this video, please do hit that like button. As always, stay tuned, hit that subscribe button. Always have more coming for you. Thanks for watching.